Thank you. So I have the privilege today to introduce Megan and Nicholas DeSalvo with Edge One Media. They are partners in business and in life. They are co-owners of Edge One Media, a digital marketing agency in Tigard, and are hosts of the Refreshing Edge podcast, ranked in the top 150 marketing podcasts on Apple nationwide. In addition to running their agency that specializes on branding, web design, marketing, and advertising, they have been key volunteers in their community in many ways. Volunteering with American Cancer Society's Tigard Tualatin Relay for Life for the past 9 years, 7 of those as chairs of the committee, early supporters of Tigard Downtown Alliance events, donating graphic design and marketing collateral, sponsor donor for many key local nonprofits, donations yearly of website projects to local nonprofits, most recently Project Homeless Connect, who delivers needed support services to our homeless friends in both Tigard and throughout the Washington County. Free design services, social media, and pay-per-click ad assistance over the past 9 years, which has benefited nonprofits such as, but not limited to, Tigard Play School, Family Promise of Tualatin Valley, Love Inc., Dornbecker Children's Hospital Foundation, Gung Ho Ministries, Washington County Project Homeless Connect, Strubble Foundation, Music for the Heart, and the American Cancer Society. They always offer special discounts for nonprofits on all services they provide. They have been volunteers with many local chambers of commerce, and currently Megan is the board chair of the Tigard Chamber. They also have been a Portland Business Journal Corporate Philanthropy Awards recipient in 2017, 2018, and 2019. Tigard Chamber Volunteer of the Year, Nicholas in 2016, Megan in 2014 and 2015, and Tigard Chamber Ambassador of the Year in 2013 for Megan. They have together and individually achieved any goals they have set before them and have been recognized most recently as Tigard Chamber's Business of the Year in 2019. So please help me give them a warm Tigard Rotary welcome, Nicholas and Megan DeSalvo.
I love seeing all the clapping hands. Thank you so much. I'm Megan and this is Nicholas. And we, as Whitney said, own Edge One Media. Today, what we wanted to talk with you about is a talk that we've given for the past 9 years about building community around your brand. And so each of you have a brand, whether you are running a business, are part of a business, or are retired. All of the things that you do represent some sort of brand. Your identity personally is a personal brand. So for instance, Nicholas has a personal brand where you'll see him, he wears a hat, he has a stylish wardrobe, he wears watches. You know, that's part of his personal brand. I have curly hair, I have my glasses, I have a necklace that I typically wear. That's part of my personal brand. So everyone has a brand, whether it is a business brand or a personal brand. And today we want to talk about how you can take that and amplify what you're doing through Rotary beyond just this group of people that see you every week.
Yeah, and also how you can leverage your brand to help you in the different service projects that you might have, or in your professional life. You know, like especially in these times right now, where we have hit some kind of major disruption in our lives, and we are all used to getting together so much, but now we are socially apart. We think that it's really important, particularly now, to try to up your efforts in communication, you know, professionally and personally, so that you can reach out and connect with people more than you ever have before online. Now is a perfect time for you to do that, because, you know, even 10 or 15 years ago, if this would have happened, we wouldn't have had the tools to be able to get together like this and see each other's faces. But now, if you have the internet in your house, you have the potential to talk to just about anybody in the world.
So how are you guys personally connecting with people? Some people are utilizing social media, other people are utilizing newsletters and emails, some people are picking up the phone and calling one another, other people are utilizing mail. There's a lot of ways to connect, but the important thing is there are people who are connecting and there are people who are not connecting. And I think that right now it's important, if you haven't personally connected with people outside of the groups that you're a part of, it's important for you to think about who are the people in your network that you want to be sure you're connecting to and reaching, and how do you want to reach them. And one of the key things that I think that you could be doing is utilizing things you're not as comfortable with. So perhaps you are really good at calling people on the phone or text messaging them, but you're not so good at emailing them or getting on social media. Go to one of the areas where you don't really feel as comfortable usually and explore utilizing that to reach out to one another and to be able to talk about what it is that's going on in your life. One of the things that I think is beautiful is Rotary is already pivoting, which is one of the things we're also talking to a lot of people about, is pivoting and figuring out in this time, what are the things that you can be doing to be helpful and provide value. And I think your Rotary Club is already doing that with some of the projects that I've heard you guys are doing. But how are you individually doing that outside of Rotary as well? Through either your business or your volunteer efforts or just personally in your home? What are the things that you're assessing and looking at, and how can you provide value to people in your networks?
Yeah, and also, this is a time to think about how you can really help someone else. In times, professionally, we're talking to a lot of businesses who have had to shut their doors and they don't have any income. And maybe there are not dollars to spend there, but there are connections that you can make. And I think that's particularly true because there's so much attention on the internet, more than has ever been the case in the history of our world. And how can you reach out to somebody on the internet or otherwise and check in with them and see how things are going? And what would that mean to somebody that you know or that you've met before, or even if you just don't know very well? What would it mean to somebody if you just checked in on them personally? And that's one of the really beautiful things that has happened with me, is that I have been able to have conversations with people I never would have spoken with in real life at networking events, going to different networking events and just having conversations with people and getting to know different kinds of people. And so when I am able to see them in person, I'm going to have a lot to talk with them about, more than I would have if I would have just seen them from across the room and not really known anything.
And how can you be a resource for one another? I also think even though you might not have dollars to give right now or things to give right now in the ways that they're needed, a beautiful thing that you have is the ability to connect one another. There are people who need resources that you're connected to. And so how can you dig within your connections and make some really beautiful connections for people who are struggling, for people who might need help? There might be people in your club right now who need help in a way, and they don't know how to ask for it. So how can you reach out and provide those resources in a kind and caring way, or be sure that your resources are out there in the area of being known? So social media is how we utilize that a lot. It's just one of the platforms that we enjoy because we can talk to a broad audience there. But we also enjoy our newsletter. We send that out regularly. I think that you can go through your LinkedIn. There's lots of ways that you can connect to your business community and your personal community and make sure that you're making valuable connections and providing value to that community right now.
Yeah. One of the ways that we are looking at creating connections with people are in underutilized platforms, things that we're not used to conversing with other folks on, and have suddenly become really great networking opportunities. Like if you have a LinkedIn profile, you can go make connections with so many different people. And when you become connected with them, you can record a short little video that says, "Hello, thank you so much for being a connection. I really look forward to networking with you in the future." And LinkedIn is a really great platform for that because you don't have to be friends with somebody to be a connection. Like on Facebook, they're called your Facebook friends. But on LinkedIn, they're called connections, and they're really just people you have met, and maybe even not that. Maybe just people that you have sort of seen posts of on the internet, and you find them interesting, and you'd like to chat with them for a minute. And how can you personally connect with that person to give them some kind of value, just to say, "Hey, I saw your post, that was great." So anything that you can do that provides value to somebody in in your service area, in one of your core competencies. For us, we connect with people online. We are a digital marketing company. So we talk with people a lot about amplifying their message and getting attention. That's really what advertising is. It's just capturing attention in the most efficient way possible. So we're talking with lots of business owners right now, and we're doing it for free. Megan started offering these 15-minute phone calls, just consults for anybody who needs to pivot or just needs kind of an idea or just to pick me up. She's done 85 of these calls so far in the last couple of weeks. And it's really just to be there to lend a helping hand right now. Because at some point, so the economy is going to get going again, and we are going to feel more comfortable doing business again. And everybody's going to need to have some help. And if we can give someone some help, just some peace of mind in the way that we can offer it, that's a win.
And I think that that's the thing, like everybody's in a different season of business. Some people are seasoned business owners or seasoned people who've been employed, and other people are, starting up in that phase. There's all different people in that range. But one thing that we all have in common is that we all have skill sets, and our skill sets are unique. And those skill sets can be put to good use by others. So it's reaching within that bag of tricks that you have and figuring out what is the value that you have to provide right now, and how can you provide it either free or at a low charge, or somehow, some way. Or if maybe it's just connecting people, that's also a gift, to be able to connect individuals with each other for the betterment of everybody. I think that your Rotary group should also be utilizing different platforms of social media and utilizing LinkedIn as well to be amplifying your group's message. I think that I would love to know more outside of just my relationships with Whitney and Jeff and Dan and other people within the chapter. I would love to know more just out there in the world and be able to share what you're doing. So I do think that should happen. And then in addition to that, I think that each of you should be sharing those on your individual platforms as well, whatever that might look like for you. And if it is printing it out and mailing a letter to your 100 closest friends, that's what that is for you. But everyone has the ability to connect with people and let them know what's going on right now, give them hope for the future, and let them know that everything is going to be okay.
Yeah, and I think that that is particularly interesting for a Rotary Club, which, if you are outside of the Rotary ecosystem, you might not know what that is. And I know, certainly for me, a couple of years ago, I might not have known what Rotary was. And so to the extent that you can reach out and talk to people about what Rotary is, what your mission is, what your service projects are, that can be really helpful in sort of identifying what it is, what you do, why it's important, and why people should get involved. Because if you don't promote yourself, nobody else is going to. So.
Okay, we have a question. So do we have any ideas of how we can connect with our high school seniors who? Yeah, so, the news yesterday of Oregon schools closing down is one that I think a lot of parents were expecting. I don't know how they prepped their kids for it. I don't know if the students were expecting it. I know the teachers were, but it is definitely a life-changing, altering thing. So COVID has been an altering thing for everyone. And now each of these individual closures and things that are not happening, the Balloon Festival isn't happening. There's lots of things that aren't happening right now. And I think that those are all, something that we need to be aware of and looking at within our network of people that we know. Outside of that, I think that seniors for school specifically, remembering back to my senior year, it was a very pivotal time. And what they need is support from the community to say that you are there there to support them, that there will be other events for them outside of this and after this. And whether that is your club could decide to partner with the school district and try to create some of those, they usually have a senior breakfast. There's lots of different things that they do. And maybe it's that, each of the Rotary clubs gets together and takes a piece of that to create that for them once it's safe to do so after this is over. I'm not really sure. But I think that there's lots that can happen.
I've got an idea.
He's got an idea.
So if I were trying to connect with high school seniors specifically, this is what I would do. I would look at where their attention is right now. And likely it's on the internet, on places where teenagers congregate. And there are different social channels that are really good for that. But one of them right now is TikTok.
I knew you were going to talk about TikTok.
TikTok is an amazing platform because it's really the only place where you could post one thing and have 0 followers and get 1 million views.
And Dan Murphy, you guys should be on TikTok. Just saying.
Be that as it may, what I would do is I would record some special messages to seniors. You can be very granular about who you're targeting on TikTok with your hashtags. If you hashtag Tigard High School, you could say, if you are a Tigard senior, we are here for you. And that would get fed to Tigard High School seniors and people who are most likely interested in using it. And you just did that a few times. That would be, if I were in high school and I saw a video that said, Tigard High School senior, I am here for you. That would be huge in connection for me. That was not a possibility when I was in high school, but especially now when seniors just need someone to say, hey, you got dealt a bad hand. What you're going through right now, it really stinks, and we're really sorry, and we're here to support you. And what can we do? And come join us. We can do good stuff together. That kind of thing. Does that answer your question? That's a practical tactic.
And it's an opportunity to connect in ways that you haven't previously. I do also know that some school-age seniors like to be on Twitter as well. So if any of you tweet or like Twitter, that is another place that they congregate as well. And there's lots of other places too, but TikTok is definitely one that I think is fun, and I think it would be fun for your chapter to do like a TikTok challenge in general, and just see how you guys can connect with people outside of the current sphere. That's the beautiful thing right now.
I see that Alvin is already doing his TikTok dance.
The beautiful thing right now, though, that I think that I'm hopeful that people don't pass up is the opportunity to connect with people locally, regionally, and nationally. This is a time where it is easier to get in touch and get in front of someone than it ever has been before. So definitely think about those people that you really want to invite to Rotary, and think of authentic, fun ways to connect with them, and send them a video or send them a message, and get them to show up here and see what Rotary is all about.
Yeah, if I were in your position as a club, what I would do heavily right now is I would record videos to individual people. There is so much attention right now on digital platforms, and there is such an ability to reach out to people individually that never has been the case before. And so if you could record a specific video, like a 5 or 10 second video saying, hi, how's it going? First name. This is what we're doing in Rotary. We'd love to see you come to a meeting. And then just send it out to 100 people. People have time right now, and people want connection right now. And that would be very well received. If you could all commit to just sending out, a 5 or 10 second video to a bunch of your personal contacts. Just kind of checking in. It would increase the notoriety of your club. It would increase the potential membership, and it would help you with your service projects and whatever you want to get accomplished from it.
Yeah, and so there's a question about could you and should you invite some seniors to your meeting each week, and I think that's more of your club's decisions to make than ours. But I think absolutely, that's a group that needs connection right now. So I would 100% support that. I also know that they are very giving of their time and talent and treasure. When I did Relay for Life, a lot of seniors would come from Tigard High School to help us with a lot of the setup and tear down and grunt work that a lot of other people didn't want to help with. So it's an amazing time to reach out and connect with those community-minded individuals who may be staying around. Not all seniors leave and go somewhere. So some of them may be sticking around and might want to have a connection. And even if they don't connect with your club of Rotary, wouldn't it be cool if they connected with a club of Rotary wherever they're going?
And the other thing I wanted to say is that you have some amazing seniors in high school. Just 2 days before school was canceled, I was in a leadership meeting with, I think, the Tigard Walton School District Student Union. It was a student-formed group, and they were talking about the things that they were trying to accomplish in schools, and they were incredible speakers. And I wanted to hire them right then to work at our business because they were an amazing resource. And if they don't have things to do right now, they would be a great asset, or just people to talk to about how they could reach out to their peers.
And so there's another question. I'm not sure where we're at on time, but if it's okay, can we answer the next question, Whitney? Is that cool?
Yep, that's fine. If it depends on how much time you have. I was going to end the meeting at 1 o'clock. So if you have another 9 minutes, we're here.
We have 9 minutes to explain TikTok. We would love to do it.
So I'm not sure how many of you want to know more about TikTok, but if you haven't downloaded the app, TikTok is a phone-based app. So I would download that app to your phone. You can create an account. And then as far as utilizing TikTok, really, it's a video-based platform where you make short videos and you can put them to music. You can put them to, so there's lots of challenges out there, TikTok challenges, where there's specific dance moves and things that you should do. But a lot of people utilize it more for storytelling. So you can put text over images. And so your video, you can be moving around in your video and pointing to different texts. And that can be your dance. It doesn't have to be something well thought out and performed or curated.
Yeah, I think that's true. Here's the thing that's really exciting about TikTok for us and really anybody who uses it is that there are more people consuming videos than there are people who make videos. And so if you make a video on it, you have the potential to have a lot of attention. And that's evidenced by, when I first started, not having very many followers. I think I had 20 followers, and I made this video about being in Oregon. And it got 12,000 views off of 20 followers. And that is exciting because there's a lot of attention to be had. And so if you have a message that needs attention, that is a great way to connect with people.
If you're familiar with how Instagram uses hashtags, TikTok also is very hashtag based. So you only get to use, I think, like 6 hashtags, not very many. But you pick them and make sure that they are pertinent to the content that you're creating, that they talk about location if that's important to you. And that way they get fed to the right audience of people. But really, TikTok, Instagram stories, Facebook stories, which feeding your Instagram stories to your Facebook stories, are all really important places to be. For business, LinkedIn is also important. Twitter is actually making a rebound. So there's lots of places that you could be. You can be on YouTube, Google. There's even stuff going on over on Pinterest. So I think it just, not to overwhelm you, I think it's just so that you know that there's lots of places for you to put content. It's all about picking the ones that are right for you and doing it the best that you can.
Yeah, there are lots of places to put content, and there are lots of eyes on content right now. So if you can make things that are compelling and really support your message, you could potentially grow your brand, whatever that is, if it's Rotary or if it's your personal brand or if it's your business brand. You could grow that a lot right now, more than in any other time in the history of the world.
So thank you so much for inviting us today. We hope that you got even just a nugget of value out of what we had to say. If you have questions, you can reach us at hello@edge-one.com. We're happy to talk with people. I've talked with 85 people, so I'd love to talk with more. Just let us know if we can be of any help to you or anyone in the community. Tigard is very precious to us. So if there's anyone in the Tigard, Tualatin, kind of West Side community that needs help or is struggling, I think honestly, the more that we band together and help each other through this, the better we will all be when this is over. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both for presenting. Everyone's clapping. Yay! It was a great presentation. I saw you guys speak last week at the Chamber of Commerce, and that's when I reached out and asked if you would present today, because I saw that you were good on Zoom, and we had rescheduled all of our speakers and presenters. So I really appreciate you last minute agreeing to come and speak, and the information you provided was very valuable. And I think that if you were interested in visiting our club, we would all love to have you guys come and visit and check out our club and get to know our members. So we would really enjoy that. One thing that our Tigard Rotary Club does is, in honor of your presentation today, we donate a book to the Tigard Library. And the book being donated today is The Context Marketing Revolution: How to Motivate Buyers in the Age of Infinite Media by Matthew Sweezy. And so that is the book that will be donated. And next week, Luna Fagan from our sponsored Portland Rotaract Club will be coming to talk about Rotaract. Her and I met this past week, and we talked about ideas for how to strengthen our relationship. They want to help with our projects more and are interested in having a social. So come next week to help support our Portland Rotaract Club, and I hope you all have a great week. Thank you. And if you have to go, you can go. If you want to stay for a few more minutes, I'll keep the meeting running. Thanks, Janine, for coming.
Bye.
So who wants to do a TikTok account?
Everyone is bouncing so fast.
Alvin's ready.
Alvin's ready.
Jeff is ready.
No.
Well, I'm excited you say that because I keep seeing it everywhere, but I thought TikTok was the one that stole all of our information. So I'm glad because there was one, was it the Face app? Remember there was one that they said it was like they were taking our information?
It was the one that made you old.
Yeah, the old one.
I think it's actually all apps that steal all the information.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's true. The Face app, just by what it does, it takes data points of your face, and so it knows a lot for identification. It stores that information, and it's owned by a Russian company, and so there were some security concerns around that. But there are security concerns around every digital company.
Right.
And Facebook knows everything that you've ever done.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yes, there are privacy concerns about all social platforms, but mostly people don't care about privacy in the way that that we think they do.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
There was that article that I read about some company that developed a facial recognition software, and they scraped everybody's picture from Facebook and compiled a database using all that, and they can identify anyone. So I mean, the cat's already out of the bag on that one.
Well, it's hard to, lots of devices are listening to all of us on a daily basis, and lots of things that you sign up for have, different things that they're keeping. But I think the biggest thing to know is just to be safe with the information you're putting out there, not share any personal data that you wouldn't otherwise want people to know.
Awesome. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Do you guys belong to a club? I mean, because I really think you guys would fit in beautifully with us. I really think you should just sign up. I'll just do the assume close.
Well,
you guys are so giving. I love it.
we know a lot of people here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not a part of any Rotary Club.
Oh, okay.
And they're not in the Lions Club or Kiwanis Club either.
We're not in any, yeah, we're in a lot of networking groups.
A lot of
networking groups. And I think when we give back, we just look at nonprofits usually and give back to them. But I think that Rotary definitely speaks to us. And so we have been considering it. I did come and visit, and then Nicholas was supposed to come and visit, and then this all happened.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because this is us virtually. We're way more fun in person. If that's even possible, you guys, seriously.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we would love to have you guys come and visit again. And yeah, thanks for speaking today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.